Well, I have had another late night, but it was sort of successful in its failure. It involves the Ford again. I'm sure that you all love the Ford, but it is what it is. This is my life working on this truck. um, but I know exactly what's wrong with it now. I didn't think it was exactly that because of how spectacularly the coolant was dumped out of it, but it is actually the freeze plug on the rear driver's side of the engine block. Let me see. You actually still see some of the sparkles in the paint. This was a nice looking truck at one point. Oh, come on, I'm still not used to this. Well, that's not good. I don't even know what that is. Whatever. Come on. There we go. But, no, you can't really... Oh, I don't know where the light is, but the freeze plug that's down in there, that is the problem. Somebody obviously knew it was a problem because they tried to fix it with silicone, whatever you want to call it, goop. And so what's happening is that this thing can sit at idle all day long, perfect temperature, sits there, and it's fine. But as soon as you put some load on it, you step on the gas pedal and drive it at just the right time, poof! The whole underhood is filled with vapor because the silicon acts as a valve at a certain pressure and opens up, and it jet streams the coolant directly at the back of the very hot exhaust manifold. So it vaporizes a majority of it, and it was just amazing in its failure because I haven't seen anything quite like that in a very long time. Because it was just sitting there and I was watching the temperature gauge and working on some other stuff and coming back out and watching the temperature gauge and looking underneath it, and there was just little dribbles that it's been dribbling. And I could deal with dribbles because dribbles are definitely, you can top off, and when you get gas and stuff like that, that's not a big deal. You could actually drive the truck. But when you lose 1.5 gallons of coolant almost instantaneously, it's not a good thing, and it gets to be pretty expensive even with the cheap coolant filling this friggin' radiator up, because just the radiator holds a good chunk of 3 gallons in it because it's double thick. It's the extra heavy duty one. Yeah. So I gotta clean the silicon off. Then basically I'm going to epoxy the sucker because I can't really get to that freeze plug easily. The oil fill dipstick tube is in the way, and I don't feel like dealing with the bolts on the exhaust manifold to take that off. Although honestly, if that was the case, I'd probably just cut the bracket and weld it back on later. Rather than deal with that. I could get that out of the way, but the exhaust tube is also in the way from a straight line of putting in the a new freeze plug. And yeah, I could do that. I probably could do that, but I'm going to try the epoxy first and see how that goes. Other people have said that that's what they recommend doing. They don't recommend the rubber plugs because if that fails, then you're stuck. And I don't really feel like carrying around 5 gallons of coolant with me and another freeze plug and dealing with that on the side of the road, because of course it probably happened on the rainiest, stormiest, darkest night ever. But that's definitely what it is. I was thinking because of the spray pattern that it had to be the head gasket or there's a crossover tube, a heater or a water passage crossover tube between the two heads. It's a metal tube that meets up in the middle and goes off somewhere. I don't even know where. I can't tell. It might be under the intake manifold, but I got in with a Wi-Fi borescope camera thing. This thing is actually fantastic. Highly recommend. If I remember, I'll put the link to this in the description. Works with Android or iPhone. Basically, it streams Wi-Fi video to your phone, and you can record it on your phone. So you can have a record for stuff, take pictures with it. It's even, let me turn it on. It's even got dimmable LEDs, so you can see, and that's a right angle attachment. So you can see, if you use it as a borescope, you can actually see the bore of a cylinder. So it's pretty friggin' cool. I think it was like $35. Totally worth it. Highly recommend it. The video's pretty good. The pictures are pretty good. It's not 4K HD, but it's totally usable. I remember back in the day, I'm old enough to remember webcams that were in 240, and that was awful. This is way better than that. So yeah, I gotta drain the rest of the coolant and get the heck out of here. It's another late night for me. I don't like being up this late, but stuff's got to get done, so don't care. I feel so much better actually knowing what is actually wrong with this thing. It makes me quite a bit happier knowing. That's the not knowing is the stressful part. And not much else has changed. You can hear the buzz in the background. The big heater's going. We have the super freeze coming. I don't know if anybody else is calling that, but it's going to be pretty friggin' chilly even for me. Highs in the single digits or below 0 Fahrenheit, not centigrade, Celsius. For all you metric people, we're not sciencey here. Although I am fairly fluent in both. I did manage to get the car cover. I forgot the O2 has a nice little banky for it to take its nap in. And that's basically it. Just moving around a lot of stuff. Shop is actually taking shape, meaning that things are finding a home because they have to. Like, as you can see, I don't have a lot of room to walk around right now. And I need more room, so all of this stuff is going to get organized and put away. I actually did get another cool thing here. The father of the buddy who owns this car stuffed this in the car, and it's a pretty cool storage bin unit thing. I don't know who Rebecca and Sarah are or what they had in case of emergency, but one can only dream. So, and then the Harbor Freight storage bins are working great. It looks like a mess, yes, but that's exactly what I wanted it for. I wanted to keep things separated out by type. Like, I've got carpenter pencils in one of them and plumbing crap in here. But stuff being in here gets it off of the work tables. That's the important thing. Because work tables should be for work, not for project storage. I'm trying to gather all my tools up and actually get them in my tool cart and organize them there. And that'll clear up some actual working space. And then once I do that, the mill is definitely going to stay here. I was considering moving it, but it's definitely going to stay there. So everything else can get basically start getting filled in around that. All the stuff that's along this wall is going to get neatified, probably put up in there for storage. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming in, actually going up there for storage. just a bunch of personal family stuff going on. Nothing bad. I don't mean to imply that. Just stuff that's happening, and stuff's got to get moved around, and that's got to happen by the end of the month. So that's one of the reasons why I've been focusing on that so much. Is I need the truck because I want to be able to haul bed loads of stuff. I've got shelving that I don't want to take apart, so I want to put that in the bed. And then my brother-in-law has a utility trailer that I can tow with this very nicely, obviously, because it's the dinky little thing, 4x8, really useful size. So, and the trailer costs less than another vehicle going over the bridges. So, for toll sakes, it's actually better to have a trailer, and the truck can just pay tolls for that. So, all of this, basically, what I want to do along here is I actually want to put my fabrication tables. So I'm going to put that the weld fab block, basically keep them here. They're on wheels, so if I need to roll them out, I can. I am actually going to be, because of the dust and stuff, I am actually going to be covering up the ground precision, relatively precision surfaces, because this thing, it's in good shape, but it has been used, so I say precision. Like it cuts beautifully, and everything is you can get things square and flat to a pretty darn scale. It basically, if I was a better machinist, I could do it better, but it works fantastically. I can't wait to get this thing fired up. I just need to make sure that it's running, because I have a project that's actually going to be I'm going to be using that on. That's going to be really cool. I do actually have a lot of cool stuff coming up. Yeah, I'm actually really excited for the next month. Things are going to be crazy. I have no idea how much I'm going to be regularly posting, even on Instagram. But there are plans, there's stuff going on. There is money coming in, which is good too. I don't talk about money too much, but it's important as a business owner. I'm still figuring out the business side of things. Like, that's just the way things are. And of course, this is New Jersey, and New Jersey makes it difficult to run a business. And I don't even want to get into that, because it's just dumb stuff. Like, they want you to spend more time on paperwork than actually friggin' working and making money. So, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm also going to be coming to you from other people's shops, or at least one other person's shop. So that's going to be fun and exciting. You're going to see some of that. Jay Mashera, at Jay Mashera on Instagram, Mashera Metal Shop LLC, down in southern New Jersey. He's got a lathe, and a lathe and a mill are a good combination. So you'll be seeing some stuff from that, helping out another racer buddy do some really cool stuff. Maybe one day I'll get to see, I'm hoping I'll get to see his car this year on the track with some of the parts that I have made. Because I haven't really gotten to show it, but I'm a fairly decent manual machinist. I'm not the best in the world, but the parts I make turn out well and they work well. So, yep, we'll see what happens. So, it actually feels good to stand right about here with the heat blowing. That thing costs a lot of money to run, but it's kind of necessary when it's going to be this cold. Yep. So that's about it. I think I am going to use the restroom and get the heck out of here for tonight. So, you guys, take care. Be well. Be awesome. Rock on with your bad selves. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook at Beaverbuilt, facebook.com/Beaverbuilt. And if you need any fabrication work, wiring work, advice on how to set things up or make things more reliable, I am pretty good at that. Definitely. That's one of my strengths, is actually figuring out how things can work better and more reliably. So, if you need help with that, let me know, and I will catch you guys later. Deuces! Or something. I don't know. I shouldn't do that kind of stuff. Bye.